What's up guys, today I explain you, could Yoriichi solo the upper rank demons? And don't forget to like this video, subscribe this channel, because we are close to hit the 1200 followers and now have fun with the video. In Demon Slayer, the strongest slayer isn't Tanjiro or any of the series' current Hashira. It's a warrior that lived 500 years before their time, Yoriichi Sugekuni. He invented the breathing styles and has mastered them to such a high degree that no one else has ever even come close. Yoriichi mainly used the sun breathing style, which is the style from which all other breathing styles were derived from. Apart from his breathing style, Yoriichi also had access to almost all the high-level techniques and power-ups a Demon Slayer can get throughout the series. Yoriichi was born with the Demon Slayer mark, which boosts a Slayer's physical capabilities. That's right, Yoriichi was born with it, while every other Slayer has to undergo intense training and meet certain conditions to get it. Yoriichi can access the transparent world, also known as the see-through world, which gives a Slayer enhanced perception and allows them to view the inner workings of their target's body. Being able to see a demon's blood flow, muscle structure, and subtle movements in their joints can tell a Slayer how they plan on moving next, which is extremely useful in combat. According to Muzan in the Demon Slayer manga chapter 195, bewildering, when he encountered Yoriichi, he appeared weak, and Muzan sensed no will to fight or kill within him. This was because Yoriichi has mastered the selfless state, a trance that allows a Slayer to erase their fighting spirit. This state makes demons underestimate them, and in some cases, like with the Cause's blood demon art, unable to detect them. Certain demon slayers can turn their Nichiren swords bright red, and Yoriichi is one of them. A bright red Nichiren weapon can slow down a demon's regeneration when injured by it, or at least that's what they normally do. However, Yoriichi's bright red Nichiren sword stopped Muzan's regeneration altogether for a short period, and even left him with scars that would last hundreds of years. With these abilities and his inherent talent, Yoriichi almost killed Muzan all by himself in Demon Slayer chapter 187, Innocent Person. The only reason Muzan managed to survive was because he scattered himself into thousands of tiny pieces and ran away. Muzan Kibutsuji himself didn't even stand a chance against Yoriichi, so there's really no doubt that he could take any of the upper ranks if he were to face them one at a time. Yoriichi even got close to killing the upper rank 1 demon, but succumbed to old age mid-fight. The demons who would probably take the longest though, are the previous and new upper rank for demons, Hantengu and Nakime. It's not that he's really at risk of losing to these two, it's just that they have the potential to last the longest due to the nature of their blood demon arts. With Hantengu, Yoriichi would instantly decapitate him and cause his clones to spawn. Then, he'd have to face the clones that wouldn't die even when decapitated while the main body ran away. Eventually though, Yoriichi would catch on that he's not dealing any fatal damage to the clones, and use Transparent World to find Hantengu's main body. From there, it would be all over as soon as Yoriichi reached him. Nakime, on the other hand, will either fall instantly or last even longer than Hantengu, depending on whether she can use her blood demon art before Yoriichi's first strike. So really, this battle kind of depends on how you want it to start. If you want the battle to begin with some considerable distance between the two, then Nakime can use the Infinity Castle and keep Yoriichi away from her. Technically speaking, she can even squeak out a win if she can keep Yoriichi from reaching her until he tires out. However, Yoriichi should be able to constantly track her with his transparent world and be fast enough to decapitate her long before he tires out. If Yushiro and Hashirus manage to pin down Nakime, it shouldn't be too big of an issue for Yoriichi. This question is way tougher to answer for a number of reasons. It's hard to predict how well the upper ranks blood demon arts will mesh together since they never really fought as a unit throughout the series. Unlike the demon slayers, the upper rank demons don't care much for teamwork, and, if anything, a lot of them straight up hated each other. But if they did willingly team up against the strongest demon slayer in history, their best bet is probably to tire him out. Some of them are slippier and harder to kill than others, like Gyutaro being able to survive headless as long as Daki is safe, Hantengu being able to hide behind his clones, and Gyoko being able to teleport. If the upper ranks take advantage of these abilities along with Nakime constantly switching their positions, they could theoretically try to last long enough until Yoriichi tires. On the other hand, Yoriichi is simply too fast for any of them to take down immediately. So, if he goes all out from the start with all his abilities, such as Transparent World, Bright Red Nichiren Sword, and Selfless State, he might be able to identify which demons are the biggest threats and eliminate them right away. You have to remember that Muzan could barely do anything against Yoriichi and immediately had his 7 hearts and 5 brains slashed by him. So who's to say Yoriichi couldn't just wipe out the upper ranks in the blink of an eye like he did with Muzan? More often than not, Yoriichi Sugakuni should have the upper hand here.